That was quick. Welcome back.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Kev Shakir and I am foundational student at Rehan School F8 campus, Islamabad. And today I am doing my colony and my topic is food. So let's start it. Hello Miles, can you listen me?
Loud and clear. Food, huh?
Okay, today I
Now we're
have some
talking.
question for you. So can we start it?
I'm all ears. Shoot. What you got for me?
Okay, my first question is that on my topic is what is food?
Keeping it fundamental? I like it. At its simplest, food is just the fuel that keeps you from crashing. It's the stuff we eat and drink to get the energy and nutrients our bodies need to actually function. But obviously, it's way more than just calories. It's culture, comfort, and sometimes just a really great excuse to hang out.
Why do
What's the angle
humans
for you?
need food?
Because without it, the lights go out, basically. Right? Your body is like a high maintenance machine. You need food for energy to move and think, to repair cells when you're worn out, and to keep your organs from just quitting on you. It's all about those vitamins and minerals that keep the system running smooth. You're doing a deep dive into the biology side of things.
What are the main nutrients found in food?
You've got the big players first, carbohydrates for that quick energy and proteins for building and repairing your muscles. Then you've got fats, which are like the long term energy storage, and the vitamins and minerals that act as the fine tuning for your whole system. Basically, if one of those is missing, the machine starts acting up. You're trying to figure out which ones are the most important.
How does food provide energy?
It's basically a chemistry project happening inside you. Your body breaks down the food you eat, especially those carbs, into a simple sugar called glucose. That glucose hits your bloodstream, and then your cells use it to create ATP, which is essentially the tiny batteries that power everything from your heartbeat to you thinking about this question. It's a wild process when you actually look at the molecular level.
What is a balanced diet?
Think of it like a well curated playlist. You don't just want one song on repeat. A balanced diet is when you get a bit of everything: proteins, carbs, fats, vitamins, and minerals in the right proportions. It's about not overdoing the junk while making sure your body gets exactly what it needs to stay sharp and healthy. You're trying to map out a perfect meal plan for the project
Why is water considered essential?
because you're basically a walking water balloon. Almost every single thing in your body happens in water. Should be it carries nutrients to your cells, flushes out the waste, and keeps your temperature from spiking. Without it, everything just grinds to a halt pretty fast. Want to know what happens when the tank actually runs dry?
What happens if we don't eat enough food?
Your body basically goes into power saver mode. First, you'll feel that brain fog and irritability, the hangry phase. But if it keeps happening, your body starts burning through its own reserves like fat and then muscle just to keep your heart beating and your lungs moving. Eventually, your immune system tanks and you just crash. Basically, your system shutting down non essential services to keep the core running. You're looking for the biological side of this or more about the feeling of it?
What are the different food groups?
You've got the usual crew: fruits and vegetables for the vitamins, grains for the energy, proteins like meat or beans for the muscle, and dairy or alternatives for the bones. Some people throw in a separate category for fats and oils since they're so calorie dense. It's basically a way to make sure you aren't just eating the same three things every day. You trying to categorize some specific foods for your colony project?
Why is healthy eating important?
Because your body is the only place you actually have to live. Eating right is basically like giving your system the best possible parts and the highest quality fuel. It keeps your brain sharp, your mood stable, and stops you from breaking down prematurely. It's the difference between feeling like a powerhouse and feeling like a glitchy old laptop. You're planning to talk about the long term effects in your project?
How does food affect our health?
It's a direct line, really. What you put in is exactly what you get out. Good fuel means better sleep, a stronger immune system, and a brain that actually works. On the flip side, if you're just running on sugar and processed stuff, you're basically inviting inflammation and long term glitches like heart issues or diabetes into the mix. It's like the difference between maintaining a car with premium oil or just letting the engine sludge up. You want to dive into the specific glitches that happen with bad food or keep it high level?
Okay, my next question is that what is malnutrition?
Basically, it's when your body isn't getting the right balance of nutrients it needs to stay in the game. People usually think it just means not eating enough, but it can also happen if you're eating plenty of calories, but none of the good stuff, like if you only ate candy for a month. Your system is getting fuel, but no actual tools to fix itself. You're looking at things like stunted growth or a totally fried immune system because of it.
What are processed food?
Wait, did you mean what is processed food? Because if you're asking about processed water, that's basically just what comes out of a filter or a bottle. But processed food is a whole different beast. It's stuff that's been changed from its natural state, usually to make it last longer or taste more intense. Think of the difference between a fresh apple and a neon colored gummy bear.
Okay, what is organic food?
Glad we're hitting the good stuff. Organic food is basically stuff grown without the heavy chemistry. No synthetic pesticides, no artificial fertilizers, and no GMOs. It's more about working with nature instead of trying to force it with a lab. Some people swear by it for the taste of the environment, while others think it's just a fancy label for a higher price tag. You think it's actually worth the extra cash?
Okay, what is
You're on the road with these
junk
questions.
food?
Junk food is basically the opposite of a balanced diet. It's stuff that's high in calories, lots of sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, but has almost zero nutritional value. It tastes amazing because it's literally designed to hit all the reward centers in your brain, but it leaves your body hanging for the actual nutrients it needs. It's like putting cheap, dirty fuel in a luxury car. It'll run for a bit, but eventually the engine's going to start knocking.
Okay, why do people have
Got
different
to
food preferences?
It's a wild mix of things, really. Part of it is just genetics. Some people are born with a weirdly high sensitivity to things like cilantro, where it literally tastes like soap to them. Then you've got your environment and culture. If you grow up eating a certain spice or dish, your brain just wires that as comfort. And honestly, a lot of it is just psychology and memory. A certain smell can take you right back to your childhood, making you love a food you might otherwise hate. You got any foods that you absolutely can't stand?
Okay,
You're just powering through this list.
what
What's the next one on your
factors
project sheet?
influence our food choices?
It's a whole web of things pulling at us. First, you've got the obvious stuff like taste and cost. Nobody's buying a gold leaf steak if they're on a budget. And there's accessibility. You're probably eating what's actually available at the store or in your neighborhood. But then it gets deeper, like your culture, your mood, and even the marketing you see on your phone. Sometimes you pick a salad because you want to feel healthy, and other times you pick a burger because it's been a long day. You think you're the one making the choice, or do you think the ads are doing the work?
How does food reflect a country's culture?
Food is basically a edible map of a place. It tells you everything about the land. Like if a country is coastal, you're going to see a lot of seafood. If you scope or if it's cold, you'll find those heavy, slow cooked stews to keep people warm. But it's also about history. Things like trade routes brought spices from one side of the world to the other, and those flavors just became part of the local identity. It's the one thing that can tell a story about where people came from and what they value without saying a word. You thinking about any specific countries for your project?
So, River, this is why Colony hopes you like it. Made a next video. Pakistan Zindabad Khuda Hafiz.